Hi there. In this video, I'd like to show you how you can use the merge tags within your newsletters or your automated emails as well, and also edit your emails so they blend in with your website, your branding, and will create a nice, unique, stylish feel. First, I'd like to show you two examples that I have created with OfferingTree. I've sent this to myself. This is just an example website, but imagine that you have this dance studio and you have a studio member's email that goes out maybe once a month and you want to share some fun things within. And everything here you can see was created with OfferingTree, uploading some images as well, but all the headers, the different colors of the fonts and the styles are all created within OfferingTree. And the idea is with the merge tags that you can simply draw in information with your website without needing to duplicate things or copy things, and it will do it. Now in this one, the merge tag is actually the title here, this part, which I'll show you in a second. In our second example, I'll show you that now. This second example is a booking confirmation, and this could be set up in an automation exactly the same way you can style your email. So it just has a different kind of look and feel than just a generic text and maybe one or two buttons. So here, actually, all of the information about the booking is the merge tag, the title, the date, the start time, the end time. Only thing that we have added is just the location, but I believe this could be added soon as a merge tag as well. So you'll be able to just use the merge tag and you don't have to fiddle with the emails yourself. Same with the phone number, but you can also add your details manually as well. And here we actually have the website address to this example site. So it's not a real site, but you can see that we can just simply draw in the URL for that website. As you can see, all email is finished with the same OfferingTree footer, but you can also add your own footers like so. So let me show you how you can set this up within your OfferingTree. The way I like to do this is create a simple email and just save it as a draft, and then you can always copy it when you're ready to edit it and send it to your client. So this is your newsletter rather than your automation. So if I copy this, it will open up what I have showed you before. So studio name, and you see this here with the percentage mark and a capitalized word in between. That is your merge tag. If you're not sure what a merge tag is or how to use it, you can actually click on this personalized email and then search for it. So for example, you could say title, and it gives you your website title. You can add a name, so you can draw in your contact's name, maybe your website name as well. You can also add maybe contact. Going to bring in the contact's email. So you can kind of search a few things. You can also show all of them, and you see that the list is long. So that's why I like that search function, because it helps me find this. Now to customize your email to look like this, I'll show how I did this. Basically, it's all with text blocks and buttons. And also I've added a picture into this. You can also separate the picture as well here. You can separate the picture into its own segment. When you are editing this, you can simply click anywhere and then you click on pencil. You can change the text color, the size, and the font. Just so you know that in email marketing, fonts are limited because it's harder for your email browser or service provider to understand fancy fonts. So that's why there's not a lot of options, but you can still edit them as you wish to make a different feel for different things. Then the other thing that I wanted to highlight that I did here, I'm not sure if it's visible, but this one is centered. This text is actually left aligned because it looks better, I believe, with bullet points, but there is quite a big of a gap on either side because I feel like it looks more center aligned, although it is not centered. And the way you do that is you click on the pencil, then you go to the block style, And you can add width, but it didn't really change that much for me. So you can scroll down to padding. Automatically everything has 20 in it, but you can actually override it. So I added 50 to the left and right. If I delete these, you'll see that the text jumps. So it's not as in line anymore. So I'm just going to go back and change it, and you can play around with this. Let's make it maybe a little bit bigger this time so it's more noticeable. So I use both left and right. You can also do bottom and top. So now it's a lot more in line, but it's still left aligned rather than centered. Now this text is centered, and we added a photo within the whole text block. You can do this or you can separate it. And the other thing is obviously the background. So you would do that with the background style and just pick a color from your side settings or any color that you wish. And then we have the button, again, a little footer, and we also added a footer. It doesn't really show up with this blue color, but in the email you saw that it was a lovely color. You could easily see these, and you can basically just add the text, and then you can add a link to it to open up in a new tab. So it says my bookings, update your info, or hit us up. So that would be contact, and you can add anything here that you wish. And then again, you can send this to maybe your customer segments of membership holders, or you can select from the contacts as well. And you can also schedule this so you don't have to send it right away, and you can update the information they need to know. So the other one is actually within an automation. So when you go to your automations, I have created one that's called booking confirmation. And in this one, it's a really simple automation. You might have a more specific one. I have created that someone registers to an event is the trigger, and then they can get that booking confirmation email. The same way we were editing within the newsletter, you can edit here as well. You can see that we have the same merge tags. Sometimes there are a little bit more useful ones here. If you want to highlight maybe the total amount of sessions they had, it could be cool. If you want to create maybe a milestone email as well within the booking confirmation. So you can definitely set this up. You can see the first name is a merge tag here, but also the booking details. The class, date, start time, and time are all merge tags. So you don't have to look up, oh, when did this person register? The system will understand that you are drawing in from that trigger that they have entered into this automation by registering to that session, and will copy that information in here. Again, same thing here. You can see that this is left aligned, but it's a lot more in line than these dots. So what I had done is the same thing. When you go to your block style, you're going to go to your advanced padding, and actually I only added a left padding here because it's a short text, and I added 80. Another merge tag is the site URL. And I wanted to show you another option that I actually didn't send to myself, but let's say someone cancels their session too late or don't show up, and you want to send that email to them, just basically reminding them, or we missed you. And you can create a different style or feel to that email so they know that there's something important that's going to happen. So this is a little more generic, borderline boring email because there are no images, but lots of important information. For example, we missed you. It's with red rather than the usual color. It's a darker orange background as well first, just to kind of highlight that this is something that they need to read. Then we use the trigger merge tags. We have first name merge tag, trigger title, trigger start time. So it just basically says, we noticed that you didn't make it or cancel too late your session. And then again, we draw in the same details. So this is why they are missing out on this class. So hopefully they know that they are being reminded that they had this booking. Then we added some account update, and I added a little bit more editing here. This is a little bit more in line as well, but here I changed it up. So I wanted to have the red but I didn't want this to have the red. It's two different text blocks, but I wanted them to be closer to each other. So again, when you're editing it, you can go into your block style and then just look at the padding. And I added 20 everywhere except the top because I wanted to this description to be closer to its title. Same thing here, and you can just easily duplicate this so you don't have to recreate it every time the edits. And then in this one, the special feature or part is this line. And the way you add this line is when you click anywhere, you're going to tap or type in the dash 3 times and it will create a line. And if you want to delete it, you can just backspace and it deletes it. So really handy when you want to kind of highlight a segment, maybe a quote or a testimonial, or in this case, just kind of explaining that this email was sent out 2 hours after the end of the session. So for the late cancel penalty, they had plenty of time to reach out and explain why they couldn't come to the session. So that's why it's being sent. Okay, and again, same thing with your footer. This time it's a little different, so it could be view my registrations, kind of just remind them that if they need to cancel, check out when they booked in, contact support, which could be a contact page or a mail to email, and then view policies. If you have maybe a frequently asked questions page, you can edit here. So hopefully this helps create more stylish, more unified emails within your automations. One thing to know at this stage, when you create this email, you can't duplicate it. You have to recreate the same look. Might take a little while. To be honest, I think it all took me about 20 minutes. Obviously, editing the content is a little different, but I believe that we are having an update soon where you can simply duplicate emails and steps within an automation so you don't have to restart from scratch. Let us know if you have any questions. I feel like these are really cool little tricks to use the email marketing feature of OfferingTree to your own style and your own business. Good luck. Bye.